guys. How are you guys doing today? Becca Scoops here. Thanks for joining me. Hope you guys are having a good day. We've got a lot to talk about in the Gypverse. This is about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She had told people that she had deleted her TikTok account. No one believed that because she had over 9 million followers. And today she decided to come back to tell us she's not going to be on social media anymore. Of course, there was a lot of other reasons she came back. She wanted to kind of have a pity party. The main theme was leave me the F alone. Leave me, that's the face. Leave me, that was the face when she said it. Leave me the F alone. Okay. All right. And then a lot of other excuses about how she's such a wanted commodity with Lifetime, but you know, there was problems with the network and that's why they didn't want her. That it was her decision. It was her decision that she had this great opportunity. I mean, she says it like this. I had this great opportunity, this fork in the road and this great opportunity. And the great opportunity was I didn't have to do a Lifetime series. I didn't have to do reality series anymore. You never had to do it in the first place. I mean, the logic with this one, right? Because she wants to be seen that season 2 of that show or 3, I don't know which one it was. I mean, there was 1, 2, like, I don't know. The last season, not good. Not good. Ratings, not good. Anyways, we're gonna, if you're interested in this and her leave me the F alone and the crying and also how she wanted to take her own life. But then we've got some other evidence how probably that wasn't true. Stick around. All right, I'm gonna get right to it here. We're gonna bring up the video thanks to Hello Starlight. Find her in the description box. She caught Gypsy live.
Reactivate this profile. Like I said, it was set to delete.
So now she's talking about how it was set to delete her TikTok because remember, she told people it was deleted, but now it was just set to delete. Basically, what's going on here is what I understand is on TikTok, if you don't do anything for 30 days, it will deactivate your account or you can't get it back or something. So I think she knew she better go out and do something because she doesn't want to lose the TikTok account. So this is what she's talking about. She doesn't admit that, of course, but yeah.
But since I was in my 30-day range, I was like, you know what? I want to do a live. I want to address some things. I'm in a spot in my life right now to where I feel like I can address some things. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Tennessee. I'm able to address some things that I feel like I have been not able to address for specific reasons in the last year and a half, whether it be parole or contracts with the show. So now that I have none of those restrictions, you get the real me now. So where should we begin? Goodness. Oh, thank you, Cherry Blossom. Okay, so I guess the first topic I want to talk about is the show. So I know a lot of you have been asking in my comment sections, is there going to be a season 3? Okay, so what happened with that is season 2 ended and we were not sure if we were going to get picked up for a season 3 or not.
And they did not. And Lifetime let go some people in the reality TV division that were working on her show. This was brought to my attention by Lori, the Dream Expert. Lifetime cuts majority of unscripted team. What reality TV is, it's an unscripted show. Right there underlined in red, you see the prison confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. It had terrible ratings it was boring. It was boring for people that were into Gypsy to watch it. It was like, fingernails on the blackboard kind of watching it like, oh, I can't stand this. I can't watch one more minute of this. It was that bad. And so what Gypsy wants you to know is that's not really what happened. She goes on in this elaborate, very long diatribe about how the demographics are a certain way. And I'm sure to a certain extent that's true because, yeah, the people that are watching our show are in their teens and 20s, basically, is the demographic. And those people are watching it on streaming services. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of these shows were cut. But if it was a very successful show, and it was, the first few episodes of the first season got really high ratings. I mean, there was a lot of people that watched it in the millions. This last season, she was lucky to get like 200,000. It was like 120,000, for a Lifetime TV series, right? I mean, you think it would draw more people than that. It didn't. So basically, this is about money, and it didn't behoove Lifetime to pick them up again. She's going to go into a whole diatribe about how it's her decision, and she was so lucky to have the opportunity to not do a reality TV series this coming year. I mean, she can't even tell the truth about that. It's just tell the truth, So let's go back.
So we were in a time period of where it's like we're not filming. And life happens, stuff was happening. Like I got off a parole, and they wanted to make sure they captured that just in case there would have been a season 3.
So she said that they filmed that whole debacle down on Bourbon Street. If you guys don't know, there's a lot of videos out there that show Gypsy the weekend she got off her parole. Her main priority was going down to Bourbon Street with her 2 friends or 3 friends, I don't know. And one's like old, like almost as old as me, in a scooter, and then I don't know, 2 others. Right? Bree was one, and then one other, I think, the other crazy girl, Ivory Rose Grift Louder, whatever her name is. They went down there and got just shit faced, just wasted. And yeah, that's what she's talking about here. That they filmed that because at that point, I guess they weren't sure if it was going to be picked up. And then after that, this shakeup goes on at Lifetime, where they cut the majority of the unscripted series people, and her show is named as one of the, casualties because it's not good. It wasn't a good show. It was boring, and it's only as good as the people in the show, meaning her and Ken and Christy and Rod. And it was flat. There was nothing going on.
So we did film the day that I got off of parole. My friends were there, so they got to experience the whole filming process and everything. Wow. It was quite a night. I wish y'all would have been able to see that night. I know there was like little bits on social media.
We saw that night. We saw it. Okay, let's just fast forward a little bit through here. I'm only going to play a few clips, so it's not going to be not going to be this long.
Viewers that are interested in watching my story and watching my life unfold. We're part of a generation that has streaming. We want to watch it on streaming.
Okay, there she's making the excuse why people didn't watch it
in a way that it was mutually beneficial. But we were saying that it just wasn't the right platform for my show.
Oh my God. She's like an Academy Award winning actress. You know what? This wasn't right for me. This isn't the right vehicle to showcase who I am. I've won 3 or 4 Academy Awards. I can pick and choose what movies and what projects I work on. This wasn't the right one for me. That's the vibe she's giving off. Are you kidding me? You're a convicted mommy murderer, and that was the reason they gave you a reality TV series. Okay? For the spectacle of it. I mean, I can't with her and her ego and her arrogance. It's just, it overflows out of her.
Because of the age demographic that is watching. So with that being said, I'm like, okay, I completely understand that. That's something that I had been voicing as a concern when I saw that viewership was lower.
What? Oh, did you just say viewership was lower? Are you going to admit that part of it? But yeah, it was all she's going to say it's all her decision this happened. It wasn't her decision. They didn't want her anymore. They fired half, let go. I don't want to say fired, cut half the staff.
For this last season, I'm like, there's a lot of people that want to watch the show.
No, there isn't. Nobody wants to watch you. It's not interesting. And the few people that do, it's hate watching. It's watching for the train wreck, okay?
But they're like, I don't have cable.
Oh,
so
God, Gypsy, just stop.
after we still covering my life. And so this opportunity came around.
Here we go.
Where it's like, okay, I'm not partnered with a network, but I have the option to say, you know what?
Look at her face here. This is where she's trying to sell us all on, I had the option, to like, well, go somewhere else because, well, I'm special. I'm important. This is what this is. Like she's a wanted commodity in the entertainment industry. It's ridiculous.
I don't want another show. I want to live a private life, a normal life now. And these opportunities, these kind of forks in the road, don't come often.
What? You don't get rejected often? The fork in the road is, we don't want you. Bye. Bye now. What is she talking about? These opportunities don't come around often. Not like getting fired? Well, I hope not. It's not a good thing. I mean, the way she spins this, do you see what I mean? The way she spins this. Oh my God.
You are signed to a network. You are contractually obligated to post when they want you to post.
Oh, it must be so hard to have to post when they want you to post. How did you do it? How did you get through it? Must have been grueling to have them call or text, hey, could you post on social media? You're probably like, oh my God. Now? No words.
Go to events when they want you to go to events to promote the show.
Oh my God, really?
Film.
Oh.
It is in the contract that I signed that how many
then the contract that I signed that they're going to film me. Can you believe that? I had to do that? I mean, does she hear herself?
film days we had, what is required of me.
Help me, guys.
It's a lot that goes into contracts with a network. And even as so much as, how long can you be under a certain amount of time that you can't even do another show?
It must have been horrible. How did you get through it? You must have been reliving your prison days under contract a lifetime. How horrible for you, Gypsy. I feel so bad. That must have been really bad.
Or something similar, like a documentary. So I had a conversation with my manager, and
I mean my public defender turned manager, because that's normal.
I was like, you know what?
For those that don't know, I know most of you do, but for those that don't, her public defender got in on the grift and turned to be her manager when she started making money and on these different ventures, the books that Melissa Moore got her and the Lifetime series. He left public defending behind, left being a public servant behind, and decided to get in on the grift with everyone else.
I had been begging for just a life of quietness.
Nope. One more time. I can't. Okay. Back it up just a little bit.
It's a lot that goes into contracts with a network. And even as so much as, how long can you be under a certain amount of time that you can't even do another. I had been begging for just a life of quietness, of silence, of no social media, no television show, nothing like that. But
I can't. I mean, there's no one that loves the camera more than Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I mean, this her being on social media here today proves she just couldn't stay away. I was begging for a life of quiet and solitude. I was thinking of entering a convent with Ken and the baby, maybe go into seclusion. I mean, okay.
I had been in these contracts for so long.
Oh my God, how did you do it?
Finally, now that my obligations are done with season 2 and there's not going to be a season 3, I told my manager, you know what? I don't want another show. I don't want you to pitch it to another network.
Please don't make me be on camera any longer. I know my public wants me. I know they want to see me, but I need some solitude. I need some, please, I'm begging you, don't make me film a season 3 of my reality. I don't want to get money for that. I don't need the money for that. Gypsy, stop. Look at her face right there. Look at her face right there. That's the face. All right, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. We're done with that. We're done with that nonsense, complete nonsense. Here we go with a little bit more of some crazy stuff that I thought you guys would be interested in.
And this is all things, everything that I'm telling you right now, I'm only able to tell you because I'm no longer under a NDA with the network. I'm no longer under any sort of gag order where it's like, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that. It would be.
That's thunder. There was loud thunder going on during this little live stream she was holding. And it was like the voice of God saying, stop lying, Gypsy Rose.
Breach of contract. If you do this or if you do that, it's all over now. So what you see is what you get now. The muzzle
is off. The muzzle is off. Gypsy, you were never muzzled. You said whatever you wanted to say all the time. Okay. It was never, in fact, I'm sure Lifetime was pissed off at you because you were revealing, what was going on in your life before it aired, and everyone was like deflated,
So I'm now able to kind of tell you guys what I've been going through. Thank you so much. I didn't see the name who sent that. And so anyway, so that was that whole thing about.
Now she talks about this, that the rest of season 3. Now she's going to get into why she can't get a real job. She can't get a real job, right? You guys know that, right? She can't. She's too famous. Yeah, let me find that.
Continue on with the show. Make some money. They do pay good.
She's pretending that she had an option to continue with the show. She didn't. You saw what happened at Lifetime. She didn't have an option. And as far as selling it to like Hulu or somewhere else, they would have looked at those ratings and how nobody was watching it. Nobody was going to pick up that bullshit.
Or forfeit the money.
There was no money. No one wanted you.
As private as people will let me. Life. And that means money struggles.
Thunder of God.
Absolutely. I am
thunder of God.
Not rich. This whole, I have $3 million. No, absolutely not. I'm not broke, but I'm also not rich.
Why are you selling like clothes if you're not broke?
I have a nest egg, and without doing another season, there is no income. Like I said, I had this account set for deletion. So that means no creator fund. That means I'm not making money off of TikTok. So, and
voice of God.
The people that are like, get a job. Okay. I have a almost 8-month-old daughter. Ken works. My parents live an hour and 15 minutes away.
Okay. And
I don't necessarily have people. I'm not going to leave her with a babysitter.
Okay.
So, and I'm not going to put her in home. Daycare and stuff like that. Like,
work from home.
I don't trust people that much. I have trust issues.
Home.
People need to know I have trust issues. Thank you for the galaxy. I'm a protective mom. I hear stories all the time about kids getting, abused or hit or stuff like that in daycare. No. So I'm like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I take care of my daughter. So I needed to find another source of income of something that I could do where I stay home and do. For a long time, that was social media. Thank you so much, Angel Marie. Love you, girl. For a long, long time, that was social media for me. The reality of it is I used to make probably about $3,000 a month.
Oh, for Christ's sake, get on with it. Why can't you work from home? Why can't you work from home? If you're not wanting to
yada, then you're kind of limited, especially coming from someone who was on reality TV. Thank you. People have said, do Cameo, do this, do that. I don't want to. So
OnlyFans.
what I found is I like artwork. I like painting. This is something that I can do at home. And no.
Yeah. So she shows this picture, one of her pictures, let me just show you what she did earlier, okay? This was really scary to me.
It's not good. It's just my handprints. But this is before the crime. So it's my handprints. And we were able to get this from the Habitat House and some of my other paintings. So painting is something not new. This is something I've been doing for a long time.
She gets that painting from the Habitat House from before the crime. Why would you want that? To remind you of the crime? Why would you want that? I mean, she actually, even when she's identifying the picture, this is from before the crime, from the Habitat House. Trophy? I don't know. I just think it's odd. All right, let's get back to her bullshit.
Picasso. No, it's not great. But I'm still
Get
learning.
a real
And that's the
job.
fun thing about it is I'm learning. I'm learning so much more about art. It's art has been a passion of mine for a very long time.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit snarky today. It's just she makes me this way because it's just so fake. It's so phony. It's the lies, the arrogance, the look at me, right? I was wanted by all these different, networks, but I decided there was a fork in the road, and I chose privacy. It's giving off. I don't know if you guys know who Meghan Markle is, but they made fun of her for the privacy tour. It's giving off those vibes. I mean, heavily giving off those vibes.
I actually have a painting that
I just showed you guys that.
People on this app that have called places that I'll go shop or I will go eat at a restaurant. They will call it.
This is why she says she can't get a real job. She's talking about a real job outside the house. She's saying that because of who she is, she can't
harass the place. So I would love to ask these people, the people that are like, get a job. If I got a 9-to-5, would y'all like let me work? Would y'all leave me alone and just let me do my job without calling and be like, do you know a schmurder?
You don't have to get a job outside the house. So after she said that, I mean, it's 2025. You can work from home. I found part-time jobs she could do from home, Walmart, Amazon, and I can't remember, there was a third one, like a big company like that. They start at $25 an hour part-time. If she wanted to get the full-time pay, she could get 2 part-times, stay at home, take care of the baby, and you don't have to leave the house. Voila. It's perfect. So this whole thing, like she's got to leave the house to get a job, is just more of her bullshit. Okay. It's more of her bullshit. She wants to do the art. Fine, then do the art. I'm not, you know what? It's a free country. It's America. Go ahead, but don't lie and say you can't get a real job, that you're trying to do this other grift with your artwork, because it's grift. They're terrible. And she goes on to say, I know they're expensive. If you can't afford it, well, too bad, talking about her paintings. All right. Let's get on to the next little clip I have. Just 2 more clips here. Bear with me, because she's going to talk about unaliving herself. Here we go. Not here, but the next one.
I'm growing as an individual. I'm never going to be perfect. And that's the thing about what I think I have been doing wrong this whole time. Is I literally have been trying to be
voice of God. Hear it, thunder.
People expect me to be. Like, when you get out, you need to advocate for prison reform. We expect great things of you, Miss Blanchard.
I'll tell you this much. I know Melissa Moore is liable for some of this, because from the prison emails, if you don't know who Melissa Moore is, she's the daughter of the Happy Face Killer, and she was Gypsy's mentor in prison. She's the one that got her the book deal. She's the one that saw Gypsy as a cash cow that could catapult her career to the next level. Okay. And it did. So Melissa Moore told Gypsy, and said even in interviews before she got out of prison, Gypsy's going to be an advocate. She had this vision for Gypsy, and she sold that vision to Gypsy, and Gypsy bought that vision to be this advocate and stuff. So, I'm fair. You guys know I'm fair and I want to tell the truth about everything. So, partly, yes, this whole advocating thing came from the brain of Melissa Moore, which she sold to Gypsy. But Gypsy bought it. She's an adult. She pretended she wanted to do it.
You need to advocate for Munchausen by proxy and this,
Maybe it's time for Melissa Moore to come clean.
that, and the other. And when I got out, who I had for contacts? I had the producers of my show.
Melissa Moore was one of the producers.
Yeah, I met Kim Kardashian. Yeah, she was really nice. We talked about my story. I did talk about my friend Amelia's story with her. Did that make it in the show? Of course it didn't. Of course it didn't, because I didn't get to choose that. But now I'm able to have communication with my friends in prison. So all
right, let's get to the next clip. It's about Mia. Now, this gets very, very interesting, okay? Because I got some prison emails to go with what she's going to say about Mia here and her mom. Because, of course, it wouldn't be a Gypsy live stream if she doesn't get a dig in on Dee Dee, right? Her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard.
2 kids, more. So growing up, that was already ingrained in my head. So people want to talk about my triggers. I like makeup, but I'm just not fashionable, and that's fine. If somebody thinks I'm not fashionable, it's okay. I don't care. You're not wearing it. I am, so it doesn't matter. But I've seen that a lot, and I just feel like I'm so done being put in everybody's box or trying to be what everybody else wants me to be, and I just want to be me. Like, I want to be me, because I feel like that's what my friends know. That's what my loved ones know, and that's ultimately what I'm happy being, is myself. Most people don't know that I'm super dorky. I snort when I laugh sometimes.
This is where she's trying to make herself endearing to you. She's trying to get you to like her. And she knows this manipulation because she was taught this. She knows how to do this manipulation.
I make dumb jokes that are pretty much like knock-knock jokes. A lot of y'all don't. Call me. Hold up. Let me put you on pause.
Now she's going to get into Mia here now.
Cancel. I haven't been live forever, and I forgot how to trigger for me.
Hold on, it's hard to.
What is happening right now?
Starlight.
Get a job, Gypsy.
Stop it.
She's on mute.
Here we go.
Growing up into my teen years and even young adult, I was told that my dad didn't love me, that he loved his other 2 kids more. So growing up, that was already ingrained in my head. So people want to talk about my triggers. That's one of my triggers, is my sister. That is a trigger for me.
She claimed that Dee Dee told her that your dad doesn't love you as much as he loves his other daughter that he's living with, that he is living with. That's what she says in this.
Then when I got out, I got to have a relationship with my dad because, I was jealous of my sister, because she got to grow up with my dad. She got to get raised by my dad and in this, ideal home situation that I didn't get to. She went to prom, she went to school, she went to college, all things that, I thought, had I just grown up with my dad, I could have had those things too.
And that's why I don't like my mom, and that's why I had to murder her.
But I didn't grow up with my dad. My life turned out very different from my sister's.
You weren't well growing up, and your mother wasn't Christy. It was Dee Dee. And I think she pretty much did the best she can. And this whole thing of looking at Mia's life and comparing it is really a disservice to your mom. You know how I've said there's certain things about Dee Dee that I don't like. There's certain things, the way that she did certain things, I don't agree with. But overall, she wasn't making her ill, and she was trying to do the best she can. But Gypsy, this thing with Mia, I think goes even deeper than we know. Let me show you some, and I'll get back to this in a minute, but I want to show you these prison emails about Mia. Okay. On February 20th, 2020, Gypsy upset Rod cut her money, her commissary money, for Mia's tuition. Gypsy writes, I just need to vent for a little bit. I'm so stressed out. My monthly allowance is dropping drastically due to financial strain because of Mia's college. I'll be living $100 a month, and that's for phone minutes, laundry time, canteen, everything. Spend $25 a month on phone minutes alone. And remember, she had other people sending her money. We know this. I went and my parents taking care of me combined $500 a month, which was more than enough to stock my locker and food and hygiene items and phone minutes. Now I'm down to $100 a month. Okay. So there was money issues and Rod had a solution. And I think even Mia got in on asking her this because I'm not sure. I got the question mark about if Mia sent this. This is again about money they needed around the same time frame, and they were strained due to Mia's college tuition at this time. And so this person writes, did my father talk to you about the Japan interview? Now, the father is Rod. This is about Rod. So I can only think it's Mia that's writing this, but I don't know that for a fact. And the Japan interview is this thing where it's here. You'll know in a minute what it was. I didn't want anything to legally throw you off what has been going on. I won't be doing any interviews for that. It's solely my parents. I could tell you more. Hi, is there food? You know what? This might have been from Gypsy or Mia. I'm not sure, but here's what I do know. The next part is from Rod, and it reads, "Hey boo, wanted to let you know about something going on. Mom said you broke your tablet. I'm not sure when you'll get this. A producer from Japan was asking for interviews from us, similar to HBO in 2020. I told them you were not interested in any more publicity interviews. Then they asked if we wouldn't mind sharing some photos and videos. I told them no, and then they offered to pay. I thought about it and threw out a number, and I didn't think they'd argue with. I didn't think they'd agree to, sorry. $10,000. Surprisingly, they agreed to pay that much. So I made sure it wouldn't involve you and only be aired in Japan. So we'll be sending them some pics and video. I really didn't plan on doing it, but honestly, we can really use the money. So he's taking the money. And I hope it wouldn't affect you in any way whatsoever. I will try to put some of the money aside for you when you get out. Okay. Love you, miss you. Stay healthy, Dad. Gypsy writes back, that's fine, Dad. All I would like is for $800 put on my books as soon as possible. And then she goes on. I think they use Gypsy's money to pay for Mia's college tuition. I'm pretty sure. So I just wanted to bring that up in light of Gypsy saying how much she was jealous of Mia and didn't like Mia. And she blamed Dee Dee for that. She said that Dee Dee, her mom, was telling her, your dad doesn't love you. He loves her more. All right, let's get back to her talking about Mia.
So that is the reason for the jealousy factor. And so when I got out, I got to have a relationship with my dad. I got to build on that. I got to,
Thunder of God.
Start living my life, not held back by my mother or held back by prison, but I got to start living my life and have a relationship with my sister and get to actually know her.
Yada, yada, yada. She goes on, happily ever after. Me and Mia are tight. She loves me. I love her. We're a happy family. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next clip. Because now we're going to get to the leave me the fuck alone and the fake crying and all of that. Let's get to it. It's at 3640. Here we go.
Say, go live your life now. Because it's like, yeah, I can't go and shop at the mall whenever I want to and do all this kind of stuff, spend $1,000 at the mall and anything like that. But you know what? I still find myself going shop and spend a lot of money. Now I'm close for her. It's just my.
How many of you go to the mall and spend $1,000 in one day? I mean, maybe I'm old, maybe I'm poor, but I don't do that. Okay. Yeah, she's throwing that kind of a figure around.
Priorities have shifted. And my constant thought that I always think to myself is, like I said in my book, and I'm getting all choked up. I don't want to get all choked up. Like I said in my book, is that, you know, if I do nothing else right on this godforsaken planet, I hope that I can be a good mom to her.
There's no tears. She's going to pretend to wipe them away. There's no tears. Okay. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that face.
Truly, truly just want to be a good mom. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry. Shit. It sucks that she's at a disadvantage, being my daughter. Because, yeah, my name is Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and I am a convicted murderer. Yep. And I did the time. I did the crime, did the time, did my time on parole. Case is closed.
No, case isn't closed. No, it's not. Not till all the truth is out there. Is this why you're doing this?
I owe nobody else anything. I don't owe anybody a fucking thing.
You owe your mother the truth. The truth. You owe the truth. You owe her to tell the truth. Okay?
What I owe everything to is my daughter. My daughter who has healed so.
If you owed everything to your daughter, this whole mess, the Lifetime series, you know, when you found out you were pregnant, would not have happened. Because you had every intention in prison. You were talking about going to fertility clinics in prison. I have the emails. Fertility clinics. So if this was the path you were going to take, that you wanted to have a baby, what the hell are you doing on a reality TV series if you were going to put that child first?
So much of my pain. So much of my guilt. And I want to give her her best chance. But I need people to give me my best chance so I could give her her best chance. And so what I want.
Did you give your mom a chance?
Going forward is people to leave me the fuck alone. I'm not going to post on social media. I'm not going to do any more interviews or TV shows. Y'all got what y'all want. You got what you want, so leave me alone. Y'all want Nick out of prison? Well, then go fight for it. But leave me alone. I've done my time. Like, it's not fair to hound someone that, yeah,
you put yourself out there. You continue to bash your mom. You continue to bash Nick. You wanted the celebrity life. All right. Now you're saying, oh, you're retreating from that. It doesn't matter. The truth is what matters. That's what gets people very upset. And you didn't help with this either. With the only antidote about your mother in this whole thing, the only antidote you can muster up about your mother in this is that she told you that your dad didn't love you, that he loved Mia more, and that traumatized you. There's nothing. I haven't heard one story from you about your mom that's like good.
Sure, I probably should have lived a quiet life when I got out. You know what? You're damn right I should have. Absolutely should have.
Right.
Anybody said that you should have gone live a yeah, absolutely I should have. And I didn't, and you know, that was my fuck up. Paying the consequences now, right? But I'm making that choice now for my family. It's better late than never. Everything I'm doing to give my daughter a good life.
No, I don't buy it. No, sorry. Let's get to the other part of her trying to unalive herself. And that'll be the last of this, because I have something funny to show with what she when she talks about this, because it just proves that she's, lying. It's hold on.
And that's it. So I deleted my X account. So I no longer have my X account. Nobody even uses X anymore anyway. I think Ken still does, but for now, that's it. Ken still has his Instagram, he has his private Facebook, and he has his TikTok. So those are the only accounts that are ours. All these other hundreds of fake accounts. And they'll post, and I'm starting to learn that. So ever since I started kind of stepping back from social media,
Right.
Now all these fake gypsy accounts of people pretending to be me are gonna post stuff just so content creators have something to talk about, because they're not getting content from me. So now they're gonna make content so they can report on that.
We're talking about what happened back then and how it was a miscarriage of justice. It's not about what you're doing now. Yeah, I made this video to show what you're doing right now, but that's not the main stuff people are talking about.
And talk about that. It's just so annoying. But it's gonna happen. So just know that now that I am saying everything that I will end in 4 minutes. Why? Okay. Now that I'm saying everything that I have to say, I feel like that's it. I'm doing good in my life, and I'm doing what I need for my mental health. But I will tell you guys that when I went to Austin with Ken and Aurora, this was 2 weeks after.
Do you guys remember when she went to Austin? Let me refresh your memory Let me refresh your memory about her Austin trip before she tells you about the Austin trip. This is the Austin trip in a bar.
Ladies and gentlemen, our night at the bar. Okay, and we're gone. Bye. So I straight passed out on bourbon. I partied too hard. Party on 6th Street. I'm not gonna party as hardy as I did on bourbon. So I straight passed out on bourbon.
So she's talking about how she's going to party hardy on 6th Street. She's in Austin. Okay, so this was the trip. Now let's listen to her version of the trip.
And the whole billboard thing happened and everything. I hit bottom, and I wanted to unalive myself. So Ken was I was in the bedroom, and I was like, Ken, please, I just want it to end. I cannot take this anymore. I have taken everything from every angle, and it's just hit after hit after hit. And I'm at my knees, and people are kicking me down. And he's like, you know what? Tomorrow we're going to go to Austin. We're going to go visit my mom. We're going to get you away. We are going to go and have some time where you can get away from social media. You can just be happy. And so we did. And it was so refreshing to just say, you know what? Oh, God, this is so nice not being on social media and not having to worry about people's opinions of me and all this kind of stuff.
It's so nice not being on social media. What was that bar? Getting drunk in the bar and talking about how you're not going to get as wasted there as you were going to get. You were on social media. You were streaming the whole thing. I can't. I mean, does she think that we're I don't know. I can't.
Stuff. And that's when it started to click that privacy and a more quiet life is going to bring me inner peace.
Just please.
I partied too hard. All right. Party on 6th Street. I'm not going to party as hardy as I did.
Privacy.
So I straight passed out on bourbon.
This is her version of privacy in Austin. Okay. That's her version of privacy in Austin.
Happiness within my own self and my own life. But I will say, yeah, I was at the point where I'm like, I want to unalive myself. Now, I don't feel that way anymore. I've had, a therapy. I've had therapy since then. I've had
I doubt
time.
that.
I
I
have
doubt
pulled
that.
myself out of that depression.
I
I
doubt
am
that.
stable. I'm good. I'm
Somebody seriously, it's a serious thing. Of course, this is a serious topic. But someone's seriously going to do that. You don't take them to Austin to go to a bar. No, you in California, it's called 5150. You get them on a psychiatric hold and get them into a psychiatric hospital. So I'm not buying this. I think she's having a pity party. She wants everybody to feel sorry for her. She wants to go call people on TMZ and say the headline, she was bullied off the internet. That's what this is about.
good. But this was like an eye-opening experience that like this app is not healthy for me. And so
Why are you on it right
that
now?
being said, thank y'all to everybody that has stood by.
That's it. That's all I can take. I'm sorry. I try to do it for you guys so you guys can see it, but you see that, I'm at my wit's end with this whole thing also. So, oh my gosh, right? Okay, so that's what's going on with Gypsy right now. Yeah, it's a whole clusterfuck. It's really ridiculous. It's Comedy Central. It's, shaking your head hard and rolling your eyes and all that, right? Well, guys, thank you for joining me. I'm going to be doing a live in the next couple of days. Make sure you have your notifications on so that you don't miss it. We've got some big stuff to tell you, some big announcements for the next live. And as of course, I'll have a jam-packed show. We'll laugh, we'll go over some stuff. But the movement to get the mainstream media to understand what's going on with Gypsy Rose continues full throttle, full throttle. So it's happening. All right. And to everyone who emailed me, I'm getting back to all of the emails. We're getting organized and I appreciate it. I so much appreciate it. So please, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and all of that good stuff. If you want to support the campaign to continue to get this out and you have extra money, consider becoming a member. If not, no worries. Just support me by going to my lives, and stuff like that. And I appreciate all the emails of support. Those mean so much to me. You have no idea how much it means to me. So guys, thank you for watching Becca Scoops. All right. I love you guys. Until next time, Becca Scoops out.